What's going on, guys? Seth here from Team Union Seth, back as your coach of the Philadelphia Fearows for a new league that we are in, the International Pokémon League, the IPL. This is another league with a little bit of a niche. What's cool about this one is in the draft, moving right into it, we only drafted 6 mons to start. So there were 8 teams, it was a snake draft, it was an open draft. So snake draft, first pick goes first in the first round, and then last in the second round. Last pick goes last in the first round, first in the second round, so snakes back every time. Open drafts, you can draft any tier at any time, any round, whatever you want. Tiers 1 through 5, mega tiers 1 through 4, and like I said, each team only drafts 6 mons. So in the original draft, it's only 6 mons, and then each week you add another mon. So the original draft, you got 6 mons. And then each week, so you have to play the first week with your original 6. Second week, or before the second week, after the first week, you can add a mon to your team. So we go through the draft order again. You can add a mon to your team. Then you have 7 mons you can use through week 6. Or you have 7 mons you can use for the second week. Then before the third week, we pick another mon. You have 8 mons you can use. So it continues on. You get to pick 2 Z captains. So you don't have to pick 2 Z captains out of the 6 you drafted. So, you know, you can have, if you pick 6 mons, you want one of them to be your Z captain, but you're not sure what else you want. You can have that one mon be your Z captain for now, and then add your other Z captain later. The requirements for the draft was 1 tier 1 mon, 1 tier 2, 1 tier 3, 1 tier 4, 1 tier 5, and then 1 mega Pokemon from any tier you wanted. Then after that, I believe we had 4 free picks, so 4 free mons, and another tier 3. So an extra tier 3, and then 4 free mons, 400 points worth. For the following weeks to pick up mons, you know, each week. So pretty cool niche. It's actually pretty interesting, and I really like the idea, so I decided to be a part of it. But just getting right into it, there was one mon that I knew I wanted in this league. Now, there was one friend, you guys, my friend Sam, who helps build with me a lot. I'm in a few leagues with, or have been in a few leagues with. He loves this mon so very much, and he's always talking to me about it. He's always telling me how good it is, how underrated it is, and recently I've started to agree with him. So I decided to pick it up, and that mon is Zygarde 50%. Zygarde is incredible. It has a good speed tier at base 95, so it's not great. It doesn't outspeed those base 100s, but it outspeeds a lot of common walls and even some slower offensive mons. It has very good type coverage. It has fantastic bulk, so it has really good HP and pretty good defenses as well. It has setup in Substitute, Dragon Dance, and Coil. 1,000 Arrows is amazing. 1,000 Arrows on this thing is ridiculous. The only switch in is grass types, and even those grass types don't want to take an Outrage or a Z Outrage. This thing is scary. It's also an excellent Z user, like I had mentioned. Typically, you're going to see the Dragonium Z on it. You could even potentially see the Groundium Z, or even, you know, the Poisonium Z, things like that. So, Zygarde's awesome. I'm really happy I was able to pick it up. Its only ability gets its Aura Break, obviously Power Constructive Band. Now its moves. All it needs is 1,000 Arrows. All it needs is 1,000 Arrows. This thing is ridiculous. Now, but in all seriousness, the moves that it gets, we have Coil, Crunch, Dragon Dance, Extreme Speed, Glare, Outrage, Stone Edge, Substitute, Superpower, 1,000 Arrows, Toxic, and Zen Headbutt. So, like I had mentioned, set up in Coil and Dragon Dance, as well as Substitute. It gets some cool tech in Glare, and then obviously Toxic, and then some good coverage moves with Crunch, Stone Edge, Superpower, and Zen Headbutt, as well as its Stab and 1,000 Arrows and Outrage. Something also to mention, it gets Sludge Wave, which obviously is special, but it could potentially nuke something when running a Z move. So, something to keep in mind, as this is one of our Z captains. Now, the next mon I wanted to pick is a mon that I've really liked throughout a few years, and using variants of it in league format has been really cool and really successful for me. And it pairs really, really well with the Zygarde. So that mon is Mega Sizzler. So I wasn't really too worried about saving points, saving free points. I kind of wanted to go all out in the draft and get as much power as I could to start off the league strong. So I wasn't too worried about getting a lower tier Mega. I wanted to start off strong and have basically 2 tier 1 mons right off the bat. So it has a decent speed tier at 75, so it can outspeed some common walls. It has stab priority, so stab, technician, bullet punch is amazing. It It has really, really good bulk, so it's great to run it defensively. It gives me momentum in U-turn, it gives me setup in Swords Dance, reliable recovery in Roost, as well as hazard removal in Defog. So Scizor can do a ton of different things, and I was really happy to get it, as well as it pairs really well with Zygarde. Zygarde's only weaknesses are Ice, Dragon, and Fairy. Scizor resists all of those. Scizor's only weakness is Fire. Zygarde resists that as well. So they pair really, really well together, and Scizor can even get some slow U-turns into Zygarde, allowing it to set up or potentially just do something on the team. So I really felt they synergized really well, and I was really excited that I was able to grab these two monsters together. Its ability is Technician when it Mega Evolves, but before that it gets Swarm, Technician, or Light Metal if I want to end up using any of those. Its moves against, it doesn't get a whole lot of coverage, it doesn't get a ton of different moves. However, what it does is really good. It can do a bunch of different things, but its moves are typically going to be very similar. So it's Bug Bite, Bullet Punch, Defog, Iron Head Knockoff, Pursuit, Roost, Substitute, Superpower, Swords Dance, Tailwind, and U-Turn. So setup in Swords Dance and Substitute even. I can run U-Turn for that momentum, that stab momentum, which is really strong. Knockoff, getting rid of items. If I want to run like Swords Dance, Bug Bite, and Bullet Punch, I have that option. Pursuit, trapping some mons is really cool. Superpower is a really good move, and then Tailwind and Defog are actually really, really awesome for potential team support. So I'm really looking forward to using this mon, especially combined with the Zygarde. Now my third pick, I basically was thinking about just going down the line, like Tier 1, Mega, Tier 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's what I did. That's what I ended up doing. I wanted to get my good mons early, and those lower tier mons could end up supporting my main cast at the top. So I did end up going with my Milotic. Now, I'm really excited to use my Milotic. I've had my ups and downs with my Milotic. There have been sometimes I thought it was really good, sometimes I thought it wasn't that good. I've had my ups and downs with it, but I do realize that it is a fantastic mod. It has great special bulk, it has good special attack at base 100, so it can potentially hit pretty hard, especially with its ability competitive, which we'll go over in a second. Reliable recovery, so it does get recover, which is awesome, and it gives me phasing options in Dragon Tail, which is really cool. So its abilities, it gets Marvel Scale, which boosts its defense by 1.5 if it is status, so potentially running like a Flame Orb set to burn it, which doesn't really need a physical attack anyway, and then give it that 1.5 boost in defense can make it a really scary wall, or even just potentially a mixed wall. It gets competitive, so if someone tries to drop his stats with a Defog or Intimidate, it gets a +2 special attack boost, which can be really good going against things like Landorus or even just any common Defoggers. Landorus, Arcanine, if we Intimidate, things like that. And then Cute Charm is never really going to be run, so I'm not even worried about going over that. Its moves, it doesn't get a whole lot that is viable, but what it does get, again, is good. Dragon Pulse is cool for coverage. Dragon Tail, like I said, for phasing. Gets Haze to prevent setup sweepers. Hydro Pump is super strong. Ice Beam for those dragons and for grass types. Light Screen, which is pretty cool for team support. Recover for that reliable recovery. And then Scald as its general stab move and to help potentially get some burns. So Milotic's really good. I think it pairs really well with the Zygarde and the Scizor. Obviously only being weak to electric and grass, Scizor and Zygarde can cover those really, really well. So my next mon that I picked, like I said, I just went down the tier, so I did pick a tier 3, and at this point I knew I needed hazards and I needed some more speed. So I decided to combine that with this pick, and I went with Lycanroc Dusk. I've never used a Lycanroc form before. I'm not even sure if I've used it on Showdown, but I knew that it was pretty cool and that I really wanted it. It has a really good speed tier at 112. It has stab priority in Accelerock, which is awesome. It gets those Stealth Rock, and it can even get set up in Swords Dance and Bulk Up. So I'm really excited for this mon. I'm glad I was able to grab something fast, and I knew I needed hazards. I knew I needed at least one hazard user for the first week, and then I can pick up more as I went along. And I'm glad I was able to grab this thing. So its ability is Tough Claws, which boosts its contact moves by 1.2, I believe it is, which is awesome. It gets pretty good coverage moves as well. So like I mentioned before, Accelerock, it is set up in Bulk Up and Swords Dance. Gets priority, like I said, in Accelerock and Sucker Punch. I can even Rock Polish and set up that way if I want. I can run Brick Break, Crunch, Fire Fang, Drill Run, Iron Head, Stone Edge is a really powerful stab. Then Headbutt, and it also gets Taunt, which can be really cool on a fast mon. So I was very happy with the Lycanroc Dusk pick. I can't wait to see what the thing is going to do this season. Like I said, if I've used it, it's only been once or twice. It's not really been much at all, and definitely not in League format. So I'm really happy I was able to pick this thing up, and I'm really excited to use it. My next pick was that tier 4. I can't believe this thing is tier 4. It's tier 4 in a few different leagues I'm in right now, and I honestly can't believe it, and that mon is Slurpuff. Slurpuff is awesome in my opinion. One, it's a fairy type, giving us that dragon immunity and just fairy's good in general. It has a okay speed tier at 72, but what really makes it good is the belly drum unbirded set. It can belly drum, get the +6 attack, its citrus berry goes off, and it gets doubled speed, outspeeding everything, like a ton of different stuff. In my opinion, that's just too good to pass up and too good for tier 4, and I was able to snag it in tier 4. So it also has pretty decent type coverage to go along with that setup. It is even a cleric, so it can run like aromatherapy and potentially support the team and even be a little bit bulky. And it gives me hazards and sticky webs, so a potential sticky web set could be seen this season. It could be pretty cool, especially supporting the Scizor and or the Zygarde. His abilities, he gets Sweet Veil, which we're not going to worry about, and then Unburden is the big one, which doubles your speed if you use your item. Its moves, like I mentioned, it gets aromatherapy to help support the team. It also gets Wish, which is good for team support, as well as the sticky webs, Belly Drum for setup, and even Calm Mind. So it can potentially run a setup Calm Mind set with some special moves as well. It gets things like Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball, Flamethrower, and Psychic and Thunderbolt on the special side, and it gets things like Drain Punch and Play Rough on the physical side. So really cool mon. I'm excited to use this thing, and I can't believe this thing was in tier 4. Like, this thing, in my opinion, is just too good for tier 4. So I'm really happy I was able to snag it, and I can't wait to do some crazy awesome stuff with Slurpuff. So coming down to our last mon, I knew I wanted this mon in the whole draft. I was considering taking it in this round, in round 5 instead of round 6, but I figured it would be there no matter what in round 6, so I decided to pick it up, and that is Electrode. Now, I wanted something fast, really fast. Electrode is base 150 speed, which is amazing, and I also wanted an electric type for some Volt Switch action, so getting that momentum in there. It has 3 good abilities, so 3 solid abilities in Soundproof, which basically makes it immune to sound-based moves. Static, so it could potentially paralyze some mons if it gets hit. And Aftermath, once it kills, it does some damage to the mon that killed it. Its moves, it doesn't get a whole lot of coverage, but it does get some cool stuff. It gets Explosion, which could potentially be cool. I could run like a Focus Sash, Explosion, Aftermath kind of set. Reflect and Light Screen, so it gets dual screens. Foul Play can help potential setup mons. It can even outspeed things if they're at +1. So, some mons that don't necessarily want to run a whole lot of speed or are just slow in general, you can set up with like a Dragon Dance or a Swords Dance. I can Foul Play them and do a lot of damage. I have Sucker Punch for priority if necessary. Signal Beam, Thunderbolt. Also get the Taunt Thunder Wave as well as the Volt Switch like I mentioned before. So, I'm really happy I was able to get this thing. It's really good. It's a really good tier 5. It's so fast, and it gets some cool moves. So that is the team. Obviously, a really short draft analysis because it was only the 6 mons, but I will keep you guys updated with what we get throughout each week. So in the team builders for each week, I will be showing off what we get each time. In the team builders for each week, I will be showing off what we get each week. So I will basically do a little analysis on that mon that we picked up, whether we use it or not that week. So this is the team going over at Zygarde 50%, Mega Scizor, Milotic, Lycanroc Dusk, Slurpuff, and Electro. So I'm really happy with this team, and I honestly think I'm set up really well for week 1, and just set up with a good core set of mons in general for the weeks to go on. So that is it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed, there we go. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the team and of the little niche of the league. If you don't follow me on social media, make sure you do that. So Instagram at Team Union Seth, Twitter at Team Union Seth, and then Facebook is just Team Union Seth. I'm on Instagram and on Facebook. I'm doing some cool things right now. I'm posting Pokemon analyses in draft format. So I'm taking common mons in the. Right now, it's just common mons in the format. As we get a little bit deeper into the analyses, I will start doing mons that are a little less common or lower tier. Basically, I'm taking them on, analyzing it, what's good about it, what's bad about it, my opinions overall. I'm posting those. I'm also posting some draft league tips, so just different tips on different topics around,